Hey everyone, this is Pastor Chuck, and I am on my own for Deep Dive tonight. Adam's had a long week, and it was my turn to go solo, so here we go. Wanted to just tell you how much we have enjoyed ministry the last couple of weeks. Some of it's been hard. We've had some loss, and God has just shown up in these moments. And we've had celebration services. We had 3 last week of some saints that just went to be with the Lord. And we are honored when we get to walk with families through those moments as a church. So keep praying for those families, and just keep being encouraged that God is using those moments to encourage them, and gives us an opportunity to serve. In fact, we had a very innovative approach to serving one of the families. We used a new room for a meal for them, and it was just awesome. The team there did a phenomenal job to make sure that the family felt loved, and that we met the needs there for them. Now, Fall Fest was just awesome. Last Friday night, it was just an amazing night where we had people coming from all over the neighborhood. Many of you brought your friends, which was so encouraging. We were so excited about that. I always love it when somebody comes up and invites me to meet their friends. And that's an honor for me, for you to bring your friends and just know that we're going to encourage them. We're going to have a good time. And it was a great night. One of the leaders on the security team had a great story, very emotional story for him. We were talking. He said, Pastor Chuck, I was sitting there doing my job on the security team, and I was watching these boys run back and forth, some kids run back and forth, and I watched them as they were trying to get their mom to come, as they watched what was going on. They probably could smell the candy, that's probably what was happening. And finally, mom said, okay, let's go. And they were so excited about going across the parking lot to the trunk or treat, which was a new thing this year with the cars that were decorated. They're all over Facebook. There's places to see them. And everybody did a great job with that. And then they were excited about going inside and having food and having other games to play. And, it was just a great night. I want to commend the leadership team for their vision, especially having the night they had. It was just amazing. Really opened up, and people said this to me, that it opened up a night for ministry on the weekends, on the times that they're going to have trick-or-treating going on in their neighborhoods. And they said, Pastor Chuck, we hadn't been here before because it was on that night, and we were able to come, and we're looking forward to next week being with our neighbors. So that's exciting to see God use that night for his glory. And we hope to see even more fruit from that night as we walk together. Also, we've been walking through during this season. I just wanted to talk to you for a couple moments about the book of Joel, not Amos, but Joel. Joel has been a journey for me and all of us through the scriptures as we've looked at a couple of things. Chapter 1 just kind of caught us right at the beginning as we looked at God's judgment. The locust and an army, and just, the people of God had disobeyed, and they paid a big price for it. And but we see that and we go, okay, where is God in all this? And we talked about the fact that God chastises, God confronts those he loves, and he confronts us, and he confronts us, and he gets our attention to call him back to himself. That's what the second sermon was all about, doing a 180. Doing a 180. How do you turn back? How do you make a decision to follow God? And it just walked through that, and we walked through that just in detail of what it meant to look like to return to God, to return. And in our time and history, it's getting on our knees before God, before the cross, and saying, Lord, I'm going to take whatever's on the throne of my life, and I'm going to put you back on it. The last sermon that we're going to have this week, after the one where we talked about being satisfied last week, and that was a great sermon too. Before we get to the last sermon, satisfied was a great sermon where we talked about the Lord doth restore the years the locusts have eaten away. And that part of the chapter, it talks about God being jealous and having pity on his people and wanting to restore them and moving and doing everything he could to have a relationship with them. It's just a beautiful picture of his grace and his mercy and his love. This week, we're gonna look at the Holy Spirit. Now, the Holy Spirit's at work in the Old Testament. There's just a big difference. The Holy Spirit was placed on people in the Old Testament. But at Pentecost, we see that there was a new thing. And you're going to learn a little bit about the Holy Spirit's work in all our lives, as he is personally present in the life of every believer. So don't miss this weekend as we get excited about what God is doing through his Holy Spirit. giving us power, the ability to love, giving us the ability to give grace, giving us the ability to walk with him. Now, this is a month coming up during Thanksgiving, during November, a month of gratitude and also an opportunity to serve as we look around, not just in the church, but in the community to see how we can serve. But in the church, in the next week, we're going to have Operation Christmas Child. We're going to be filling boxes, shoe boxes for children all over the world. What a great opportunity to just serve God. And we've seen this in action with Teens for Medical Missions. They got to witness a Operation Christmas Child event where the kids actually got the boxes. The gospel's in all the boxes, and just a lot of great things for them to enjoy. And you know, I think a lot of these boxes go to children in poverty. And if you haven't been around extreme poverty, you can't imagine what these boxes do for these kids. It's a great event. Be part of it. You can get information by calling a church office, or just come to church this Sunday. We'll be talking about it more and direct you to the people that are going to be doing the event. All through November, we have a bunch of events. We have the Kaufmans that are visiting us again. They're going to be, you get to meet them for the first time. They were supposed to come a couple weeks ago and they weren't able to do that, but they're coming down. Some great things happen with Teens for Medical Missions. We've got the vision meeting. We're going to talk about budgets and vision for the next year and just seeing what God has for us. And let me tell you, God has shown up this year. God bless you, everyone, for giving and supporting the ministry of the church. And we're going to talk about what we're going to do next and what God has called us to next. And then we have the Thanksgiving dinner. The Thanksgiving dinner is just a marquee event for our church. It's a great time to invite your friends. There's a sign-up sheet in the lobby, and I think there's going to be a digital opportunity to sign up soon, so be looking for that. But grab your friends, your family, come to that Thanksgiving dinner as we celebrate God's incredible blessing, incredible favor in our lives. So get ready this weekend. If you're in a life group, come to your life group, be part of that. Come to worship, and let's worship together. If you're a life studies are this weekend. All through the week, we have stuff going on with women's spiritual encouragement, Thursday morning Bible study with the men, and just a lot of great stuff that God is at work. So, hey, I'll see you Sunday, and God bless you, and have a great, beautiful weekend.